What's going on, everyone? Tanner Poppitt here. I typically do these from time to time. Whenever I get kind of inspired to do them is just when I go on here and just start riffing, and I just I have a list of topics that I want to discuss with you guys today. I wrote them down here on my little sheet. And again, from time to time, it's always after I listen to one of my all-time favorite comedians, the one and only Mr. Jim Brewer. I'm just a big fan of his podcast, the Bruniverse. I love that he's so open and honest and just comes straight straight from the heart. And typically that's what I like to do here too. I don't like to be fake. I strive to always tell the truth, tell what's on my mind. With no consequences, no holds barred, and no apologies. I will never apologize for what I have to say on here. If you don't like it, that's really your problem. And for those who are kind of hesitant to speak their mind freely, and trust me, I get like this from time to time as well here. I have to always reiterate to myself that you be you. It doesn't really matter what other people think about you because they don't matter. Only your friends, your immediate friends, and your family matter. The other people we always get sucked into these vortexes that is social media or the news outlets, right? They're all garbage propaganda outlets, as I call them, mainstream media, the clown world. It's a circus is in town. And, none of that matters. Just all your immediate friends and family in your life. That's really who matter at the end of the day, because those people are always going to be there for you. And I think when you freely speak your mind, it really shows who you really need to have in your life. I think you kind of find the right people to have in your life. Even if it's only two friends, two family. I mean, meaning like two people of your, obviously your family's going to be there for you, but, two friends who ultimately kind of are your family is what I'm trying to say here. And while I was listening to his podcast today, he always manages to just, speak for me personally. A lot of the same thoughts I have, and him and I just click on that same kind of wavelength, and I want to educate you guys, or just spew it out there, because I have, the platform to do so. And again, for those who need to hear it, and I hope this helps inspire you today. What I thought I would do is just go through a list of topics that were just on my mind, and just freely speak and kind of go from there. A lot of this has to do with the music industry, even especially the local metal community. I feel like we just don't have a community here. I don't feel like we have an actual metal community. A great man once told me that we don't have an actual community. We have what are cliques. We have these little cliques here and there, and everybody's just part of a clique. And that great man was the legend himself, Mr. Tony Cole. And I think he's absolutely right. I think he hit the nail on the head, because the more that I invest my time and resources into this community, this clique of a community, it becomes truer and truer every day. I was doing an interview with Glenn Rogers and Mr. Shannon Fry, and Glenn really brought up a point that hit home to me personally. Being a member of a band that started when I did, which was, almost 20 years ago at this point, and striving to work myself up through the ranks just to get respect in this community, or this clique, I should say, really didn't work out for me. There's just something that either we were doing wrong, or the powers that be kind of held us back and whatnot. And I was very frustrated at that time. But it seems like no matter how much hard work I put into it, I still wasn't seeing results that I needed to. And, somebody of Glenn's statute, who's been in this clique of a metal community for 40 plus years at this point, and is still getting shafted by promoters and can't even get a gig. I mean, it just really hit home for me personally, because I'm in that same boat, and I've been doing it half as long as him. So I only can imagine just the huge kind of blow that must be to him, and just it made me start to ponder this question. And again, if you guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I'd like to hear from you, who are struggling with this notion that, does hard work actually matter anymore? Do we work hard for other people, or do we work hard for ourselves? And if we do work hard for ourselves, what is the end result? Are we trying to get something out of it, or are we really just working hard because at the end of the day it's going to make us feel better internally? And I think that's what it is for me personally. I think the music industry itself is dead. I think the old way is dead. I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest with you. I think we need to come together as a community and stop dragging every band down in the mud. And look, I'm guilty of it as well. I'm striving to get better at, being part of the glue that binds us all together. And when Glenn said that on the podcast, it just kind of broke my heart, because I thought that I was the only one experiencing that, or experienced that. So that really hit home for me. I relate to that so much, of just putting in all this hard work and nobody giving a shit. And then a part of me goes, well, fuck them. If they don't give a shit, why does it matter? Do it for you. And it's going to lead into this thing of, like, for me personally, why I started playing in a band, why I started forming Madrost at this, just in general, was so that I could have a legacy for myself, so that I could look back on, my life 30 years from that time, which would be, from this, as I'm recording this now, another 15 years. I wanted to have something to show for that time, that I invested in this art form that is, that is playing music. And I feel like I've done that. And I'm so proud of myself. I have to kind of re-energize that notion to me every day. It's a constant struggle. I always feel like I don't do enough. But then a part of me says, no, you've done a lot. And just because people don't realize it now, people don't see it now, people don't embrace that hard work now, doesn't mean that hard work is wasted. Because for me personally, I did this for me. I invested my time and continue to invest my time for me to help build that Tanner Poppitt legacy, so that people like, such as yourselves who are struggling in the everyday grind, that is the real world, and just so many sick individuals out there that just, I don't even know why these people are around still, to be honest with you, but, there's the notion that we're surrounded by these sick individuals and just, there's no law anymore, there's no this, everybody is this, or everybody's kind of confined in this small fucking box that means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things, and everything's just kind of a fad, but everyone's so invested in this small box that for right now is a fad. It's just, it just sucks. This informational war thing just sucks. So I wanted to now build a legacy to help people escape from that reality that is the real world. And so I've done that, and I'm going to showcase it for you here just in the last 2 years. As I'm taping this, I'm going to show just some cool stuff here for you guys. I wanted to share this with you. So, I originally had the idea to do a demo compilation. Right, this is from Crypts to Chaos Live and Raw. These are all of our demos, as well as a bonus live show. And mind you, this was during a time when I was I was struggling with carpal tunnel and being depressed and just not having any other outlets to do. So this is how I occupied my time, and I'm so proud of these releases. Again, nobody talks about it. It's all good. I'm only doing this for me anyways, so there's got to be somebody that cares in the near future. So as I'm taping this now, this is just for me. But I hope it inspires you guys to chase your dreams and go for it. You guys have nothing to lose. Just work hard for you. But yes, so there's one. And then this came out, The Lost Lives Volume 1. All right. Then Volume 2. Finally, Volume 3. Who knows if there will be a Volume 4, but, these were important for me. These are all 3 of these specifically, and 4. You know what, I'll put 4 in it. All 4 of these document my legacy here. There's a 5th one coming out later this year that I will not disclose at this point, but so I'll have released 5 albums in 2 years. Right? No promotion, no nothing, just releasing it. 'Cause why not? Build that legacy, keep building it for yourself, and that's exactly what I'm continuing to do. We're working on album 5 right now. And I get it. People might be asking, man, you've done 5 albums, and you may only get 10 people at any one venue. And I have to say to that, it's like, who cares? The people that are there enjoy it, and the records will last forever. The shows will not, in my opinion. And there's kind of a freedom with not having a lot of support, and you just kind of continuing to do it for you, because nobody's going to tell you how to play, what styles to incorporate. There's no box that you're kind of forced into as a musician, as an artist, I would say, because you're not owned. And that's one of the beautiful things about still doing this at this point. And, we never really had a legacy. No, that's not true at all. We never really had a huge kind of following. But the people that love us. And that's another party that we do it for as well. Not just ourselves, but the people who actually care. So having this kind of freedom, I think, is really what has driven the band to still be here. For me personally, because I could have given up a long time ago, but outside forces just don't want me to. Obviously, I still need to be doing this. I'm super grateful and humbled. And yes, even though I got hurt, I'm still going for it. Because why not? Why not? I'm doing this for me anyways. I want to keep continuing to build my legacy. I love working with the people that are in my corner, and I'm in their corner as well. The guys like Nick Wilson, Mark Rivas, Richard Oriana, Tony Cole, Rob Caldwell, those kind of individuals that have done nothing but have supported us, and we are a team, a well-crafted, well-oiled machine, and we don't have a lot of people, but that's the beauty part, because I don't have to answer to a lot of people. We just do it for us, man. And that's just the beautiful aspect of this, So one of the things that I want to say before getting off here, and I want to know your guys' thoughts on everything that I've said. I get that I might be playing in a band, and these are just my personal experiences. And the music industry really does not take care of its own. It's definitely a dog-eat-dog world. And I would love to see a more cohesive unit in the music community. Not just these little cliques, man. I don't want to just this clique, these clique of bands, this clique of bands, just all spread out, and nobody's really supporting each other. Nobody's really coming together. I don't know how to bring us all in. I'm only one man. I've given it a lot of hard work. I've given it my all and will continue to. I've built platforms such as Poppitt's Corner, Madrost and Lost Wisdom Records. I'm doing a documentary for the Heretic Boys. I'm super excited to have other avenues like that. And yeah, at the end of the day, who are we really doing this for? We're doing it for ourselves. So I want you folks to keep that in mind when you guys are creating. Just go for it. Who cares if nobody's paying attention? Who cares if nobody's paying attention now? Because guess what? Somebody will. You will change somebody's life for the better, and they will thank you for it. You might not ever even meet this individual or these people. I don't even know if, you know what? That's not true at all. I do know that I've inspired people, because I have people that have told me in the past. Some people are really shy when it comes to expressing their gratitude towards artists, and I get that. I as an artist am. It's not easy for me to express my emotions as well as that I would like to express it. It's always hard for me to express it in a way that makes sense for people, and that makes sense for me. I feel like my mouth moves faster than my brain can actually handle, and I'm trying really hard just to be as articulate as possible, but also, express my true feelings on this, and it's important to do. And like I said, I know I've been rambling for a few minutes here, and I just want you guys to know how appreciative I am as an artist, as a human being. Don't forget that. You guys, we are all human beings. We are the majority. The people that go out and work hard every day, we are the majority. None of this fake bullshit that you see on TV. It's all WWF. It's wrestling. It's fucking fake. Storylines, mainstream media, propaganda. It's all fucking fake. So just remember, at the end of the day, you guys are loved out there. We are all loved. None of this other shit matters. Just do it for you. Go out there and kick some ass for the world, because you might change somebody's. Who knows who that could be? That could be the next greatest musician of all time. Anyway, folks, with that in mind, I love you all. Thank you for supporting everything that I have done and continue to, and I look forward to growing with all you folks out there. So have a great rest of your guys' week, and I will check in relatively soon. I'm out, guys. Cheers.